Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back. Lots of winning going on, I hope. Lots of winning. Look, I'm teaching all the time how to sell to these people, how to sell to your clients, right? How in the world do you get them, though? So that's actually what I'm going to help you with today. The client acquisition system no accountant is using, right? Well, look, if you're an accountant and you don't have consistent clients, it's probably why you're here today. I want you to know it's not a marketing problem. It's not a lead problem. It's what I call a control problem. Look, right now your income is tied to chance, and we can't have that, right? Referrals come in when they come in, okay? People respond when they feel like it. Some months are great, others are dry. I call that gambling, all right? I don't call that a business, right? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to remove luck from your pipeline and actually replace it with a system you can sit down, execute, and create clients on demand. So as always, like, subscribe, check us out, Universal Accounting Center. Beautiful certifications, coaches, afterward, check it out. Grab your pencil and paper, okay? All right, grab your pencil and paper. Let's start here. Clients don't buy the best accountants. What they're pretty much doing is they're buying the accountant who shows up at the right time with the right message, okay, in a way that feels like it was meant for them. That's it. And that means your job is not marketing. Your job is attention, interception, okay? You are intercepting, think of football, intercepting people at the moment they're frustrated, okay? The moment they're confused, the moment they realize they're losing money, and that's when decisions happen. Not when you post a random QuickBooks tip on a Tuesday afternoon, okay? So if you don't control where and how you show up, you lose. Look, here's the brutal truth, okay? Invisibility problem. Invisibility problem. Here's the truth, guys. Most accountants don't want to hear this, but right now you are invisible to the people who need you most. Not because you're not good, but because your message sounds like everyone else. Look, accurate bookkeeping, reliable tax prep, helping small businesses grow. Unfortunately, nobody wakes up thinking, wow, I need accurate bookkeeping today. No, they wake up thinking, I'm making money, but I don't know where it's going. I just got crushed on taxes. I feel out of control financially. That's the language of the buyer. And if you're not speaking that language, you don't exist. Okay, so precision positioning. Write that down. Precision positioning. Precision positioning. And say that 100 times fast. Have fun with that. Precision positioning. Look, now we fix it. This is where we fix it. This is where the amateurs get uncomfortable, okay? Now, I'm making you guys elite. You better be following along. So you're not an amateur anymore. But this is where the rookies get uncomfortable because they want to be for everyone. And you just can't do that. You're not for everyone, okay? You need to be look at it like this, painfully specific. Write that down. Painfully specific. But not just in who you serve and what moment you show up in. Example, okay? This is weak. I help business owners with taxes. No, your message should sound something more like this. I help service-based business owners who made over $250K last year and got hit with a tax bill they didn't expect, reduce what they owe, and build a real strategy going forward. That's what your marketing should say. Okay, that statement does three things, right? It filters, it triggers memory, they remember the pain, okay? It creates urgency. Now, instead of being an option, you become the answer to a recent problem. All right, so what we do now is we build the system. Okay, this is where it becomes mechanical. It's not emotional anymore. It's not random. I call it a loop. Okay, and every day you're going to run this loop. So write it down. Okay, step one, signal. Guys, signal. You need to put out high tension signals into the market. Not education, not fluff, signals. So here's some examples for you. All right, some good examples for you. I get so excited. But here are some examples for you. If your accountant isn't meeting with you monthly, you're overpaying. Love that. Come on. Most business owners don't have a tax strategy. They have a filing service. All right. Here's another one for you. Revenue going up, but bank account staying flat. That's a system problem. So these are not posts, guys. These are interruptions. People are going to read these. I mean, they are posts, but you get it. They're going to read these and think, me. I'm actually running Pain, problem, pain, problem. Okay, so put out the darn signal. Okay, step 2 is capture. Now, when someone engages, you don't like the comment, you move, and fast. Hey, I saw you like that post. Quick question, are you currently working with someone who helps you plan or just file? This is where speed matters. Speed to lead, speed to comment, speed to response. Look, attention decays. Speed matters. Write this down. Diagnose. So far, what did we just do? Signaled. We captured. Now it's time to diagnose. And this is where, yes, you're an accountant, a CPA, whatever you want to label yourself as. You need to label yourself as a closer. Okay? And this is where closers separate themselves when you diagnose. Look, you're not trying to impress people. You're trying to locate pain precisely. So you ask them, hey, walk me through how you currently handle your finances month to month. Where do you feel like things are slipping through the cracks? What's your biggest frustration with your current setup? And then you listen. Most people don't. Okay? Write this down. Step 4, I need you to amplify it. Okay? Once they tell you the problem, you don't solve it immediately. Okay? You expand on it. And how long has that been going on? And what has that cost you so far? And what happens if this continues another year? Okay, now the problem gets heavier and now it matters. Alright, step 5, it's time to direct. Now and only now do you show the path. Look, based on what you told me, if this were my business, I'd be focusing on XYZ over the next 90 days. Notice, it wasn't a pitch, it wasn't a brochure, it was a plan. Okay? People don't buy services, they buy clarity. Step 6. I'm having fun, man. I hope you guys are too. Step 6, close with logic plus emotion. Now you want to bring it all back together. Right now you're doing X, dealing with Y, and it's costing you Z. Where you want to be is in control, predictability, and keeping more of what you earn. Pause. Does it make sense to fix that now or revisit this next year? I need them to step into it now. Let them step forward. Use your silence as a mechanism. I talk about silence a lot. Just sit there and watch when you don't talk how much other people talk. They can't handle it, right? These are good things. Look, I want you to, so I hope you like that system I just laid out for you there. I want you to make a little section in your notes and call it multiplier environments. This is where we scale. Because one-on-one is powerful, but environments are exponential. Instead of having 10 separate conversations, you can create one, okay? You bring people into a controlled room. Look, tax strategy breakdown for business owners. How to stop overpaying the IRS in 2027. Cash flow control for six-figure businesses. You bring control, you bring people into a controlled room. Now you're not chasing, you're leading, and when you lead, authority increases. Trust compresses. Decisions going to get accelerated. Okay? Why most people fail? Write this down. Why most people fail? I need to be real with you guys, as I always am, right? Honest, speaking from the heart. Most of you guys will hear what I said in this video today and you're not going to execute it. And that's on you. Okay? You're only hurting yourself. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because this requires consistency, directness, willingness to have real conversations. And most people behind, let me perfect my website. Let me learn more first. Let me wait for better leads. I bought these leads, they suck. Well, I don't know. Do a better job at marketing. Actually talk to people. Speak to their problems. So, let me perfect my website. Let me learn more first. Let me wait for better leads. I call that fear disguised as productivity. Get your darn message out there. Get on the darn phone and close people. Whose business is it? It's yours. So act like it. Alright? The identity shift. You know from watching my videos, he's always talking about I can shift the buyer's identity to get them to use my services. So at the highest level, understand it's not about tactics. It's about identity. Okay? You need to shift your own identity. Are you a technician who hopes business comes in? Or are you an operator who creates demand on command? Because those are two completely different things. Two completely different people. And they live two completely different lives. If you build this system, you will never wonder where your next client's coming from. Not because the market changed, but because you did. Okay? So you stopped waiting, you started controlling, and if you want more of this, you gotta subscribe. Okay? Little bell bings. Puts my videos up on your phone, your little phones that you got there. Alright? Look, I'm not here to give you surface level tactics. I'm here to turn you into someone who can sit down any day of the week and generate business. So make sure you're applying what I'm teaching you in these. I hope you guys love this video, and I'll see you in the next one.